Thank you, Nandan, for joining us today for this chat on Infi TV. So glad you could make the time.
Sure.
Before I start, I sort of want to obviously say that these are very unusual times, and everybody is obviously, as we know, working from home. And sort of everybody is saying that the new normal will be very different. What do you think this new normal will be as we emerge from this pandemic, as some of the lockdowns sort of begin to ease?
I think we're going to learn a few fundamental things. One is we're going to learn to appreciate our friends, socialization, meeting people. These are all, you realize how important they are to your life. And so I think in some sense, we'll all benefit from treasuring our relationships and our friendships much more. So that's the good news. I think clearly we are going to see a balance in this working from office, working from home, because around the world now, billions of people have tasted working from home for, as you said, 2-3 months at a stretch. So I think there will be a new equilibrium there, which has an impact on traffic, on mobility. It has an impact on the way cities are designed. So I think there are many implications of this, and nobody can really fathom all the things. But definitely, this collective global experience will leave a significant impact.
Coming to Infosys specifically, if I could ask you a couple of things that you think that, how in your view has Infosys managed this environment, and any stories that sort of stand out for you personally during this whole time, which is a few weeks now?
Infosys has done exceptionally well in navigating this situation. I think the way they moved swiftly and got everybody to work from home, 240,000 people in 40 countries got working from home in 2 weeks, up to a 93% sort of work rate is brilliant. And I think this happened for a couple of reasons. One is tremendous leadership, and also because we had built the technology capability of doing remote working. We had the VPN networks. We had Infimi app, so people could quickly get to the app and so on. So I think number of things that Infosys has done over the last several years became very handy, along with great leadership by Salil, Praveen, and others.
So moving to a little bit of a macro scenario, what do you think, how does this impact global enterprises? And when it comes to the role of technology going forward, how will it evolve? What is it that we will see happening with respect to global enterprises and tech adoption?
People are going to reimagine their business models and what is the transformation they have to do, and more importantly, how resilient they have to be. Because the lesson that we have learned from this crisis is that enterprises have to be very resilient, and that's what at Infosys, we've been doing this whole live enterprise now for 2 years, and a lot of the elements of resilience that we have seen in the last 2 months comes out of our underlying, infrastructure and resilient live enterprise. For example, Infimi, I talked about the fact we have the Lex platform. We are able to move 9,000 trainees out of Mysore within 48 hours and could continue giving them learning at home. We could onboard our employees from an acquisition in 3 countries remotely using Launchpad and so on. We've been able to do client knowledge transfer using platforms like Leap. So I think because of that underlying stuff that we have done, it showed resilience. So I think more and more companies are going to say, we don't want to be caught again with a crisis, the next business crisis. And therefore, they're going to become far more adaptable, agile, and resilient.
Equating the same scenario to the IT services industry, how do you think the Indian IT services industry will come back, and what will it look like in terms of opportunities for this industry going forward?
Well, I think this crisis has probably been more difficult than any prior crisis, including the global financial crisis of 2008, because this is something which hit the whole world at the same time. The lockdown happened almost globally at the same time. I think we are definitely going to see a consolidation. All the conversations that our leaders have been having with clients indicate that clients want to consolidate and reduce the number of suppliers they have to just 1 or 2 or 3. And that works very well for Infosys because they see us as someone stable, long-term, financially very strong, has done a very good job in executing on this working from home. So I think Infosys will be a net gainer in this. The second thing is, of course, a massive drive to reduce costs. and automate.
Yeah.
And that again, I think we see a lot of opportunity. In the short term, we also, I think Infosys will see a lot of opportunity for helping companies go back to work safely, as we have done ourselves, whether it's fever tracking or social distancing and all the stuff we are doing in the campus. So I think, all these things are going to make a big difference.
Well, great to hear that. I know that you've talked very actively about partnerships and collaborations becoming more commonplace going forward. Could you give us some more insight into what sort of partnerships and what is the role that larger ecosystems will come to play when it comes to digital opportunities?
This crisis is so large that companies whom you thought of as competitors are coming together. For example, Apple and Google came together to come out with a common contact tracing protocol. Glaxo and Sanofi have come together to bring their respective technologies to make vaccines. So we're seeing a lot of these things. So I think in our business, we have a great alliance program. We work with all the large cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. We work with all the top software companies like Salesforce, ServiceNow, SAP, Oracle, and so on. And I think our teams are finding a lot more willingness to come together and put together a solution that is holistic after looking at all the different angles.
When it comes to global economy, everybody is still sort of struggling to figure out what is the kind of impact that we are going to have on the economy. Nobody has put a finger to it, of course. What would be your one or two advices to policymakers, considering that you've been here, been at least in India, very, very active with regards to a lot of technology, large-scale tech programs?
Well, I think the Indian economy is challenged right now by this. At the same time, it's difficult for the policymakers to put massive stimulus behind it, because that leads to a fiscal deficit, which leads to a rating downgrade, which leads to higher borrowing costs globally and so on, which is already happening with the Moody's downgrade. So I think we'll have to go very carefully. In some sense, the global situation is in our favor because all over the world, people are looking at alternatives to China, and that should be in the benefit of India. And I think this is going to take some time because, while people are bullish about testing and treatments, the vaccine itself will take several months, if not a year. And the vaccine is the only time when you can really say that everything is back to normal, when the whole population is vaccinated.
And my last question, and maybe more of a personal nature, and this is something that I ask all my colleagues, that days in lockdown are, of course, very dull and maybe exciting on the work front sometimes. What's been your fondest memory of this lockdown?
Fondest memory is that after actually being locked in my house for a long time, the unlocking which is happening, which is allowing me to go for walks and to the park, things that you take for granted are now becoming very valuable. So I think I'm really learning to appreciate the small things in life.
That's all I had. Once again, thank you so much for your time, and such a pleasure talking to you always.